Hey YouTube. I've been doing my videos Black isn't black. Haven't had time to save them because for some weird reason I cannot save my videos on the chip. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna continue on doing what I have to do and ministering. One thing I know, even if they steal God's word and everything, with me even ministering it, it still has no effect but to actually spread the gospel if it's used directly, as I say. So I'm not spreading it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm putting it in God's hands, and God does a great job dealing with everything. And all I have to do is implement it like Jesus Christ did and bring it into the flesh. Um, The reason why I've been doing this video, this series is talking about Black isn't black, mammies, whores, and maids. I already did the one for horism. Now it's the one for motherhood, fatherhood, and all of this other stuff that's going on with our young African American people. People of all kinds of cultures are going through this same epidemic where it's geared towards them either going into horism, being parents, or being made to just clean up behind other people, clean up their mess, clean up their mistakes, clean up the house. It's so much to this maid thing, so it's ridiculous. But we have to push forward in this series. So this one talks about parenting. And the biggest thing is we're not teaching our children that they're not what they're supposed to be. As far as when it comes to parenting, as far as they're out of alignment with God, this is how children come into place, right? But I realize that it's so much more than that, because our children are dealing with rape and don't even know that they're being raped. They're dealing with dark psychology and mind manipulation and so many other things, propelling them and compelling them to do things that they don't want to do. And they're in the perception that it's my own ideology. It's something that I want to do. It's something that I want to see happen, and it's not. They're not even in the process where they have their own thought process, but rather a thought process that's being compelled on them. They can't do what they want to do because other people are trying to take control and puppeteer and have so many different things going on. And now it's where they want them to have children at a young age. Why is the motive for them to have young children at a young age? Because flesh of my flesh is me. So if you're flesh of my flesh, you're just like me. I don't want to abandon myself. I don't want to abandon you. I don't want to see anything happen to you. I don't want to see stuff, done to you. And something that I went through growing up, I went through people using my children against me in so many different ways. I had career opportunities, and my children would be used against me as a weapon to stop that progression. I had things that I want to see done for myself. I had to sacrifice for my children. And it was already geared towards the mindset that you should sacrifice for your children and everything. And I did not know at that time that that sacrifice wasn't for my children. It was against my people as well as my children. I wasn't at that point, of course I want to be here every day, but then you're being used as a weapon against me, trying to stop me from doing what I need to do for myself. I have to hear of your abuse, and they're using that as a weapon against me. I have no control over that. I want it to stop, but at the same time, I'm not in a situation to stop it. And they're taking advantage. They're doing everything that they could possibly do against you, me, and everybody. And every time an opportunity comes available where it says, okay, well, you can go do this and you can go do that and you can be this and you can be that, your children somehow are used against you. during those moments. I remember growing up and when I graduated high school, I wanted to go to the military. And for some weird reason, I don't know what really took place, but at the same time, I can tell you that my children was used against me. You have two small children. You can't go to the military. You can't do what you want to do. You need to be here for your kids. I'm not going to watch your children for you to go to the military. I'm not. And this is the thing. Nobody knows how it feels to actually have to make a tough decision of, do I take care of my children, or do I move forth and make a career and take care of them? Because a lot of times I know I won't be there, so I don't know if this is actually me taking care of them. I don't know if I'm doing what's in the best interest of them. I'm leaving them with family. I made a decision to put them with my family or something like that. And you're trying to do the best thing that you can see possible for the child as well as yourself. But at the same time, there's so many other things going on to prevent your progression, because everything now says that you can't have. You can't be who you want to be. You can't be what you want to be. And the way they're doing that is through taking advantage of certain stuff. Having your kids think that you don't care for them because you're working. I remember a lot of times I had to work a lot of hours to actually maintain the household because I'm a single mom. And the kids didn't realize, look, I have to depend on you now as a child to actually hold up to a certain standard. Yes, you're going to have chores. Yes, you're going to have to clean the house. I'm expecting that to be done because guess what? We have to work together to make this happen. But a long story short, that does happen and the kids did great and stuff like that. But I was still going through so many different challenges about my children. And then a couple of years ago, I watched my daughter go through a switch and a tear, and it was forcefully thrown in my face. How they do their switches and their tears and all of this stuff, and it's nothing we can really do about it. And and she wasn't even being sexually active. Her 2 years was taken from her not being sexually active, like it was nothing. And they made her a mom, and it hurts me to know because I know she was already dealing with other situations and all this stuff, and we have to really be careful. We're going through so much because we're dealing with rape, and the rape is supposed to be to produce life. So they're raping you unprotected, giving you STDs and all kinds of stuff, and you're getting pregnant. But you don't really get to see the image of your child. We'll propel whatever image we want to propel of your children. So you really don't even know how your children really look. You really don't. We're dealing with, I had to learn that I was dealing with vision impairment. I don't know how my kids look. Their actual natural features. And going through so much. But this is part of the enslavement part, where they want us to be mammies, whores, and maids. And for the life of me, I know God got greater. For the life of me, I know that this is not the end. But for the life of me, I know it's time to fight against all of this oppression to bring it to an end. Hopefully my words have encouraged you, enlightened you in some ways. I'm adding this to the Black Isn't Black series, and this is the Mammy's part that I talk about, where people are being forced to have children, being forced to go through so many different things.